you didn't have any experience about the Liquibase, and that's the reason I try to condense, I try to communicate, or I try to do it with the same level of. If we have the same script in the Flyway, and how can you integrate the same script, same things, and just little change of the U migrations, and you can take the same SQL script and do the migration process or do the same things with the Liquibase. That's the most important between these two migration tool separations or use cases. So you can either use the Flyway or either use the Liquibase with the same SQL script, nothing more. If you have like, if you try to make the migration script XML or JSON or EML, and that's also possible. So I try to make it like same levels, how you have the same script, and then you have two different tool possibilities. That's the reason it's really important to come up together. So if you have for the Liquibase structure, you see the Liquibase case, the DB changelog master, you see the follow this master file, the YAML files, and then you have just like changelog, database changelog include, and then you have just like same path where exactly you state is located. Exactly same thing we did it here for the Flyway. You see the Flyway the same. So there is nothing more to do with with the with the with the EML files. For the Liquibase case, you need to be extra file to include all the steps that you need for Liquibase. That's the things I did it here. So just like the additional the UML file, that will be the changelog minus master.uml files, and UML file include all the scripts, all the versions that you need to include. Or if you need the next one, just include the next one, include the file one, the version number maybe 1.2.1.1 underscore version underscore 1 underscore 1 underscore 2, and then so on and so forth. That means this is the files will include all the scripts, all the migration script, all the database migration script, include these files, and then when you run the startup the application, Spring Boot applications, it will read or recompile or compose or start up or make the look for the class path where is the file located, and then the definition of the files, and then same thing is running properly. That's the really important. It's take really long time to build this same type of structures, but at the end of the day, I try to get it, and I done it. That's properly work. That's why I try to share with you. Just close look at it, how it is done, how it works, and how it is the really professional done. That's I said I worked in the German software industry like in the last 15 years, and then that's why this is a really professional way of doing. You see the project structures. That's I think you need to be, if you need to be think about really this is a professional way to implement the applications, to do the proper configuration and systematic way. If you are beginner, I understand that you learn you are the professional way to do, but I think if you look the very beginning videos and up to the end of the videos, I think you can get the clear pictures. How can you do how can you start the applications? How can you structure your projects? How can you package your projects? And how can you configure your application from the development environment, test and release, and the production environments? That means end of the day, you need to install this application maybe thousands of machines in any part of the world. Maybe in the cloud platform, you need to install those applications any part of the world. So that's the reason you need to be really clearly systematic way to implement the application. After, if you see those pictures like to this application will be implemented, but as I said, we will continue the every line of code, how we start, how we implement, and how can we think about these implementations. But we are just covering what we have, what we discuss in the next screencast. So this is the application that we have it in our hand, and then you see the 3030 application. If I run the applications, if you go to the database, we have all things in the database. You see we have a database like we have this string user registration, Flyway-DB and MongoDB. What I saw, I just like different databases, but for giving the example how it look like, you see all the databases, the three, four, five, one, two, three, four tables, and then we have the schema definition tables, the Flyway, and we have the sequence generation, so all the sequences that you need and that's required into the systems. And the same thing, it is for the Liquibase, the same structure, nothing more changes. This is the Liquibase, there has additional tables like database change log, and you can Google it, how the change log is maintained. So there's the same four tables, the base tables, and if the Liquibase Flyway case, there's a Flyway schema history tables, and Liquibase case, database change log, and some of the change log files, and the schema, the sequence, the four sequences that we have the same thing as the other four sequences. If I go to the script, the SQL script, you see the history already in the Liquibase case, the history here, the files. You see I have the four versions of the baseline versions, and sequence, add table, sequence, and constraint. But exactly the same, we have it into the same thing. This is the Liquibase. This is the Flyway, so that's the same version. This is properly tracked, so it's done by the start is done by sometimes there's a lot of information, the versions and descriptions, 10 types and scripts, and then section which is the most important, the fields and the numbers. Now the database flags, and if you something validate or check missing, it will be the flag of what the difference between these two versions and what time it is installed, the expected time integration and successfully. This is historical information for your database migrations. Maybe this is the migrations tables, maybe you need a 50 or 60 or 70 depending on your application lifetime. Maybe 5 years or 4 years the application running. It doesn't matter the web applications or mobile, so it doesn't matter. This maintain